Hey folks, just a reminder to check out my other channel, How to Rock Spirit, where I talk about everything under the sun, from astrology to mysticism to psychedelic yoga to practical materialism and philosophy too. Hope to see you there. Namaste. Hey howdy hey folks, welcome to my show. My name is Dustin Cormier and you guys are watching How to Rock a Campfire. Thank you very much for watching. Today's episode is on a classic 60s tune called Creeque Alley by the Mamas and the Papas. This is a cool tune when you really listen to the words. It's like a ballad, obviously. It's a ballad about the Mamas and the Papas and how they generated their whole scene, how the whole thing kind of came together. I don't know the story as much as my mom does. My mom tells me the story all the time, and she really likes this song for, one of the reasons was for the story. John and Mitchie were getting itchy to leave the folk music behind, and they wanted to start a new thing that was a little bit more electric. This whole thing's happening. McGuinn and McGuire are always just getting higher in LA, you know where that's at. And no one's getting fat except Mom and Cass. And then it kind of comes down, the whole thing goes through. Cass was a sophomore, planning to go to Swarthmore, but she changed her mind one day. She went to New York, called a bunch of people, and they all started to get together. And the whole story's here. It's pretty cool, and it's funny. Right at the end, they switch it around that everybody is getting fat. It's like no one's getting. At first, no one's getting fat because there's not enough. They're still struggling. They're not getting enough food yet, and no one's getting fat except Mama Cass. And then right at the very end, all of a sudden now everybody is really big. They're getting fat, getting paychecks, and they're actually not struggling. And so right at the very end, everyone's getting fat except Mama Cass because she's probably doing, some blow or some kind of drug that's making her skinny, right? Just kind of a cool, funny sort of play that they do there. So anyway, cool tune, cool thing to write a song about, and the chords are cool too. So I'm gonna show you guys how to play the chords. And then I'm going to show you guys a cover of this song that I did with my mom and my sister. And I don't know if anybody else was there with us. It might have just been me on guitar. This song was done on Family Day. In Ontario, Canada, we have something called Family Day, where we all get together with our families. And what my family does on Family Day is we have a few drinks and we get together and we jam. I always make the point that, it's important to be tight as a musician. I'm all about the yin and the yang, though, if I'm getting paid on stage, I'll try not to drink too much, and I'll try to be serious and on point and try to do my thing, and try to keep it tight. But I find that a lot of the best growth comes from the dank ferment of a basement with a bunch of people sitting around with guitars and being willing to goof it, not playing exactly perfect, but getting into the swing, the soul of the rhythm of the song. And then once you've got that real low down groovy spine that's kind of not exactly tight, but at least you've got the soul. For me, it's better and easier to start with the soul and then tighten up after you've gotten the groove down. A lot of people would get tight first, and then it's okay, now that we've got this tight, let's kind of loosen it up a little bit. I don't know. There's two sides to the same peak of the mountain, right? When I get to the ACC and I'm getting paid, then maybe I'll feel bad for making mistakes. But until then, I get a lot of growth out of being willing to make mistakes and try and experiment and learn the damn thing in a goofy way like that. Anyway, that's my whole point. So, this is Creeque Alley by the Mamas and the Papas, and I'm going to try to show you guys. The song is in the key of B. It's B7th is that main chord that they're doing here. John and Mitchie were getting kind of itchy just to leave the folk music behind. Oh, that's it. So what I'm doing to get that rhythm is basically I'm going I'm accenting a few notes. It's like I'm a bass player, you know, and I try to accent these notes anyway, but this is actually what they're doing on the guitar to make this sound. You're going accenting the second fret of the A string with your second finger. You go accent, chukka, accent, 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 chukka. That's basically what it is. Accent, chukka, accent. And then when you hit the second accented note, you do an upstroke in between the accented notes. Down, chukka, down, up, down, up, down, chukka, down, up, down, up, down, chukka, accent, accent, up, accent, up, accent, chukka, accent, up, accent, up, check, down, chukka, down, up, down, up, down, chukka, down, up, down, up, down, chukka, down, up, down, up, down. And the notes that you're doing in between that is B, chukka, F sharp, A, B, chukka, E, D, B, chukka. And that's the basic melody, bass sort of melody rhythm that you want to have going throughout the whole thing. B, F sharp, A, B, E, D, B, F sharp, A, B, B, A, B, E, D, B, F sharp, A, B, B, E, D, B, right? So it's in B7th, but you've got that minor note that's like kind of a cool thing. That's the minor of the B, which is the D note. Gives it like a very bluesy feel on that one note. It's kind of what gives it like its its bluesy sort of like feel and flow, right? John and Mitchie were getting kinda itchy just to leave the folk music behind. Zal and Danny working for a penny, trying to get a fish on the line. Yeah, so that's the E chord. When I go to the E chord, I just kind of try to hang out in like the E7th. Zal and Danny working for a penny, trying to get a fish on the line. Coffee house. So that's like the fifth of the B key of B, which is F sharp 7th, right? In a coffee house, Sebastian sat, and after every number they passed the hat. And then McGuire just to get higher. I like to make it sound kind of swampy, just because it's a swampy kind of song. Creeque Alley. When you go to that F sharp, you're going. I guess you can keep the F sharp. The 7th makes it sound a little too swampy anyway. In a coffee house, Sebastian sat, and after every number they passed the hat. And what I like to do is when I go to the E on this part after the F sharp, I hit it kind of twice and then I stop. And it makes a sort of an added emphasis when you kind of come back into it. And I'm always, from that E7, I'll hit with my second finger, I'll go to the second fret of the E string, and then the open A, and then the B note to kind of get back into it, right? In a coffee house, Sebastian sat, and after every number, they passed the hat. And then McGuire's just to get higher in LA, you know where that's at. And no one's getting, so yeah, this part we come into the E7th, and no one's getting fat. And then you go to the D7th. It's cool. You wouldn't think they would use the minor third of the key signature as an actual chord, but that's what they do in here, which is kind of cool. And Gwen and McGuire's just to getting higher in LA, you know where that's at. And no one's getting fat except Mama Cass. I don't know if they do that there, but they do it in there somewhere. And no one's getting fat except Mama Cass. Sally said, Daddy, you know there are many who can sing a song the way that you do. Let's go south. Daddy said, Sally, darling, don't you know that I wish I could play guitar like you? Sally, Danny, and Sebastian sat at the lost the hat. McQueen and McGuire still are getting higher in LA, you know where that's at. And no one's getting fat except Mama and Cass. So that's pretty much the groove for the whole tune right there, folks. Hopefully I've shown it to you in a way that's not too sloppy and confusing or whatever. But like I said, this is a swampy kind of tune, so user discretion, you know. As long as I've shown you the chords, now you can kind of take it and add your own little flair and signature to it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully I've got it enough down for you. And now you guys are going to see a cover version played of Creeque Alley by the Mamas and the Papas, played by myself and my lovely, my girls that I just love in my life, my sister and my mother, playing the song with me, and hope you guys dig. I'll see you guys next week. Where's the beer?
Where have you been?
I've been resting. I drank
I don't even
too quick earlier.
think I know you.
No, I'm Dominic.
Dominic? Justin. Nice to meet you, buddy. Have you been sleeping?
But never dominate.
4 years.
You're
I was
not
gonna
tired,
say.
wrong.
See, I strive for the flow you got going on, but I can never make it. I always almost make it.
This is the hardest fucking harmony, man.
It's weird as fuck.
God.
We got this. Let's do this. Let's go from the start. And
That
we'll do the
wasn't
root beer.
it? Oh my
That sounded
God.
good.
We gotta hear that song again.
You don't like this song?
Oh my God.
You don't like this
Sean,
song?
I want you to do this harmony.
My God.
It's like a folky
Fucking
70s
sucks.
kind of tune, you know?
I hate doing this harmony.
You don't
It's
like
so
it?
hard
It's pretty
to sing.
high, yeah.
Just being a
No, it's not high. It's not that it's high.
Well,
it's
worst
just hard
case
to
scene,
hear.
if we don't
It'd be
get this part
Huffman's
right,
butt.
once we get... Yeah. How's it going, folks? My name's Dustin Cormier. This is my mom. This is my sister Monty and Shawnee Boy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins!
Leroy! We're gonna play
Leroy! Leroy!
Leave Leroy out of this. Leave Leroy out of this.
We got it.
Never.
I fought with him. John and Mitchie were getting kind of itchy just to leave the folk music behind. Saul and Denny working for a penny, trying to get a fish on the line. In a coffee house, Sebastian sat, and after every number they passed that. And the bar just getting higher in LA, you know that's that. And no one's getting fat except Mama Cass. Sally and Annie, you know there are many who can sing a song the way that you do. Let's go south. I can play guitar like you. So Danny and Sebastian sat at the night out. After every number they pass that. But McQueen and McGuire still getting high, but that's what they were aiming at. And no one's getting fat except Mama Cass. Oh. Was a sophomore plan to go to Swarthmore, but she changed her mind one day. Standing on the turnpike, come out the hitchhike, take her to New York Wants to go to the sea. Cass can't make it. She says we'll have to make it. We knew she'd come eventually. Dancing on American Express cards. Low rent to keep it out of the heat. Starting fluffy celebrations. Our imaginations can't go on indefinitely. And California dreaming is becoming our reality. Oh. I like to think that I always had on that was good.
Guys, see you next week.
I don't always hit harmonies, but when I do, I'm very surprised and very proud.
Stay thirsty.
Stay thirsty, my friends. Oh,